years ago, in 2003, in Shaker's basement. That's a true story. One fine day, the idea popped that we should do something charitable. And he just registered the name Asha-Jyothi and we were off. So over the years, since 2009, we've been holding the Asha-Jyothi 5K run. This year was the 15th year that we did that. So a great accomplishment for us to sustain for 15 years because a lot of runs are started and end in 3 to 5 years, but we've sustained this for 15 years, and not only that, we've started since 2019 to look at how we can provide something to the country that our kids grew up in. The founders, we all come from India, but we said, how about we do something to where our children have been to school, because our children know no other country other than the US, because they were born and brought up here. Of course, they go back to India still, but US is where all their friends are. So we said, how about partnering and doing something for the schools? So we initially had a little bit of pushback from people. It's like, why are you getting all these funds that you work so hard to raise and giving to schools here versus your dollar does a lot more in a third world country. Then came a $2 million pledge by the Puli family. Big shout out to Shaker, he's here today. He usually doesn't come to these. So that pledge enabled us to dream big. And when we first walked into Chantilly High School and we told the principal, can you come up with a proposal? We want to do something. We're all into information technology, so let's do something with the STEM or STEAM. And they came up with a proposal to remodel their computer room. And the proposal was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like $13,000. So then we said, Dr. Poole was the principal. We said, dream big. So he said, what do you mean by dream big? He said, why don't you think about the Apple Store? Can you make this room look like the Apple Store? That was exactly what we thought. That was the idea Shaker said. Can you make it look like the Apple Store? We want to write on the walls. We want all these desks that are movable. Tables should be movable, up and down. And he was like, are you guys for real? Do you really want to do that? Do you know how much it's going to cost? He said, how much? So he started his proposal. It was about $100,000. He said in his life he has never seen anybody donate that kind of money unsolicited. Because he was not soliciting a donation from us, it was us going to them. And they started a journey, and in late 2019, we completed the innovation lab, and then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, everybody was looking for face shields. You remember those days? Go on Amazon, face shields, $200, $300, whatever it is. But it was still not available. It will be delivered in 3 months, 4 months. So we ended up printing face shields at Chantilly High School at the innovation lab, and we donated to Howard University Hospital in DC. So that saved some doctors' lives, I can guarantee that. So that partnership kind of opened up people's eyes, and the next year when we had the run in 2021, Mike came up with, Mike's the principal here, he came up with a proposal. Unfortunately, they did not win that year. Rocky Run won the Inspiration Lab, but Mike stuck to his guns and he said, let me think about a sensory room. And he said, let's do something here. So that is the result. I'd like Mike to speak a little more on that. But the big takeaway was the partnership with the schools. I think the number of participants have tripled this year from 250 to about 750 participants. The amount of money we are giving is $27,000 this time. And I know a lot of schools do fundraisers, labs for run, you name it. 60% of the money is gone, or 70%. I don't know how much is gone to that program. And what is left is very, very little for the school. With our program, we not only give your money back, whatever the registration money, we're also giving you a bonus on top of it for bringing registration. And one of the top schools will get a big grant from us, depending on what your proposal is. That is kind of the vision we are looking for. More and more schools. This year there were 39 schools that participated in in the run. We are hoping it's someday going to be hitting 100 schools because we are for real. We're here, we are real, our checks are real, our money's real. So there's no fake here. So please join our run next year. It's September 16th, 15th. So please make sure your school participates and spread the word because there's going to be another new thing in some school next year. Our grant is going to come for that. With that, I'd like to thank all of you, and I'd request Mike to say a few words about our partnership.
Unsolicited is a great word to use tonight. So we put in a proposal. It's almost like one of these things, like where are the school-based people, right? Can I just say, yeah. You might think this is too good to be true. And you got a little taste when you sign up for the race and you get your money back. And on top of that, you get more, it's a no-brainer. The organization is it's probably the nicest people you're ever going to meet. Genuine. And it is almost too good to believe, especially in positions like this. There's always things like red tape, or yeah, we'll give you this, but you have to do X, Y, Z, A, B. And it's almost sometimes just, you know what, we'll be all right. We're good. It's not the case. So we went through the pandemic. We put a proposal in. We were a brand new school at the time. First year, wide, brand new, open. We got this presentation from Corinne, and it seemed too good to be true, but you know what, let's try. Let's go for, we have all the bells and whistles already, but we'll try to get a little more. And I'm kind of glad we did it, actually. Not at the time. No, I'm kidding. But we, so then pandemic hit. Kind of forgot about everything because now we were worried about living and how we're going to do school, not so much about the extra bells and whistles. And then the next year comes around, we're all starting to come back in the building, and he's like, Mike, why don't you go ahead and put a proposal in again? And so we sat down, and at this time, kids started coming back from the pandemic. And our biggest issue that we were having and dealing with was behavior. Somehow, some way, the kids forgot how to behave in school. So we were putting our heads together, and we're like, you know what? What about a sensory room? So we got all together with all the people in the county, make sure we can do this. We picked a room that we know that they were never going to use again for like classroom because it's too small, but it's the perfect size. We put this proposal together, and as we're putting it together, I'm looking at Mr. Rawls and myself, and all of a sudden it's like 40, the price tag is getting up there. And I'm like, what? All right, so we turn it in, and lo and behold, they're like, go ahead, do it. No red tape, just a check. And that was really it. So how can you not support Asha-Jyothi? And it's real. And if you don't put the proposals in, I will. I mean, it is that. So we are very grateful for this partnership, and we're really starting to see the fruits of the labor that went into this project. So I would love for all of you to take a peek at it. It really, and it put us on the map. It really, it was just such a great donation. And the principle that he was referring to, where they can look, it's a lot of money. But if it's about the right things, I think you're going to get the support. I really do. So if you have something in mind, take a flyer. Why not? You have nothing to lose but time writing a proposal. And as for the rest, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for everything that you've given us. You're more than welcome to come to this building anytime you want to come and have whatever it is, have any events. but we will be a part of Asha-Jyothi and the fun run for years to come. So, well, 5K as well. So, thank you for coming tonight. I'd love to show you guys what they gave us. Bye.
My name is Shivani Cooley, and I'm the third daughter of Mr. Shaker Cooley. First is my older sister, next is Asha-Jyothi, and then there's me. I wanted to talk a little bit about the PVSA Award because we've been talking a lot about what the money has gone to and everything that Asha-Jyothi has done, but I also wanted to talk about the flip side of the actual support, and not just about where the money is going to, but how it feels to be somebody on the opposite end who is able to give so much. So I was one of the first recipients of the PVSA Award, and what that means is that there's different levels. It's how many hours you put into volunteering for the year. I think there's 100, 150, and 250, and then there's the silver, bronze, gold awards. And so I put in a lot of hours. I think over 250, and so I ended up getting the gold award for that year. A lot of it went into Asha-Jyothi, but it doesn't have to. I was also working with Wayne Oak Elementary School, which is a school near my high school, and I was teaching them computer science, and I was doing a lot of volunteering outside of Asha-Jyothi, and so all of that goes in. But what I wanted to tie it back to is that the feeling of volunteering, not for the sake of, I'm going to put this in order to receive something back, but the idea of giving just to give is something that has been lost in our community for so long. And I think when we think about the blue zones or the happiest communities, what they have that America is missing is that they have these avenues of ways to show kindness in a way that doesn't really exist in America. So I want to urge you principals or parents, whoever is available and has access to the younger generation, to urge them to donate, because we don't have an avenue for kindness like we used to. And there's a lot of happiness that comes out of giving just for the sake of giving. And so with that, I want to start out with the PVSA Award. Our first recipient is Ahana Bimuri. Ahana, if you want to talk about what you did towards after the PVSA Award.
Hi everyone, my name is Ahana Bimuri. I'm a student at Waxhaw Elementary. I'm in 5th grade. And for the PVSA, I volunteered, and I have been helping Asha-Jyothi ever since I was born. I've been volunteering. So for the PVSA, I have been helping with the t-shirt pickup. I volunteered to do things for Asha-Jyothi, and this is like another family to me. So.
Introduce yourself at school, what you've done.
Yeah, so my name's Neha. I'm a senior at Briarwoods High School. I've been a part of Asha-Jyothi since I was born as well. I mainly volunteered with t-shirt pickups. I mainly also do food at Asha-Jyothi. It's been one of my favorite things to volunteer at. I love it. So yeah.
Julie Adigala next.
I'm Anjali. I'm a junior at Chantilly, and a couple things I've done is I've danced with Sanjay and Kanisha and a lot of our friends, and then I've also helped with t-shirt pickup and sometimes food and registration. So.
Next we have Arna Bandam.
Hey guys, my name is Arnav. I'm a junior at TJ. For AJ, it also feels like a family to me. And most of my contributions came from the website and handling on around the house, in the community. So I was moving stuff and U-Haul pickups and stuff. So yeah, I've just always been around.
My name is Anisha and I'm a junior at Freedom High School. Some of the things I did to earn this award is, so for Asha-Jyothi every year my friends and I do the start line dance and the flash mob. and then other like miscellaneous tasks for Asha-Jyothi. And then also this past summer, I volunteered at a summer camp for 2 weeks, so that's how I got this.
My name is Manishka Sharma. I go to Freedom, and some things I did to earn this award are helping with the registration and helping with some of the projects through the year.